Hi there, how are you doing? Hopefully, you are doing great. I'm from Central Java and I'm going to tell you about why panic matters. Parents, of course, hope that their children will be able to speak clearly. They can understand every single word that they speak, they write, or that they receive, received from another speaker in the younger age. But to do this, parents should understand that there must be an effort. One of effort that has already proven by some experts through their research is Panic's program. But before we continue discussing about how Panic's program affect the improvement, the increase of pupils' mastery in language, pupil proficiency in a language, let's just find the definition. Panics. The word panics belong to noun, and as you can see in the screen, panics is a method of teaching people to read by correlating sound with letters or a group of letters in an alphabetic writing system. Uh, this definition is taken from Oxford Dictionary. So by this definition we can conclude, or we can, we can say that panics is really important because without understanding word, people will find some difficulties in understanding the meaning or the message behind phrases or clause or even sentence. Uh, there are two experts among several experts who have proven the significant panics program on pupils' ability, pupil mastery of language. And there are two experts who has conducted research on panic. The first one is Dr. Marilyn Grant and the second one is Jane Stanley Shaw. Well, let me tell you about the findings of research which has been conducted by Dr. Marilyn Grant. She conducted the research from 2011 until 2013, and his research was done to a group of children for a section of year 2, and she found that pupil or student in classes that begin the phonics program in reception will be ahead of the level expected for their age. She found that average children spend 28 months for reading, while for spelling they spend 21 months. And the most successful student was those who were in 7 years until 13 years old. They spent uh, uh, about 9 months in reading, and for those who were in 17 years old, they spent 9 months in spelling. But it, it is not the only research by Dr. Marilyn Grant. Previously, she conducted a research too in 1994 until 2004. To students in 6 years, and in this research she concerned on literacy skill in UK. Based on her research, she found that 1 in 6 students struggling to read in the level of secondary school. And this research was supported by Department of Education, who had concern and so that phonics is as a means to reduce the need of special education and it could eradicate the literacy, and it is said that this is the best method to do for students in secondary school. Well, the second one is a research done by Jane Stanley John. In this research, she found that by learning phonics, students make faster progress in acquiring literacy, reading, and writing in the age of 6. They can read at least 6,000 words in listening and speaking vocabularies. So, according to these two researches, we can conclude that phonics is an effective method to do for students in secondary schools, so they can master, they can understand, they can decode, they can read in a shorter time. So the government should pay attention to the phonics program, as a complementary method to do in schools. Now let us continue about the power of phonics. There are three powers of phonics. The first one, phonics can develop reading fluency. How can? By phonics program, the student can understand, they can code, they can improve their reading skill by recognizing the meaning of new words which are received in communication, I mean in spoken communication or even in written communication. The second one is phonics develop reading comprehension. How come? Because by phonics is able to sharpen the decoding skill. It can make students more concentrate and easily understand the meaning of sentences. The third one, phonics develop phonemic awareness. It is because phonics, by learning by having phonic programs, students understand word and tone. They will be able to break the word into individual tone, spelling, and writing. And finally, I'm going to tell you about 10 important research findings related to phonics. The first one is the phonics instruction how children to read. The second one, explicit phonics instruction is more beneficial than implicit instruction. The third, most poor readers have weak phonics skill and strategy imbalance. Fourth, phonics knowledge has a powerful effect on decoding ability positively. The fifth, good decoders rely less on context clues than poor decoders. The sixth, the reading process relies on a reader's attention to each letter in a word. Seventh, phonemic awareness is necessary for phonics instruction to be effective. Number 8, phonics instruction improves spelling ability. 9. A teacher's knowledge of phonics affects his or her ability to teach phonics. And the last one is it is possible to offer the phonics instruction. So, above all, phonics programs bring benefit or advantage to students in secondary school. Therefore, phonics programs should be put in the first priority in a curriculum, and then when the student continues studying for the junior high school and then senior high or even in higher education, they can absorb the knowledge which is gained from spoken or written texts. It will help them to achieve their future, their goal or their intention in any fields of profession. So that's all for me. Thanks for listening. See ya. Cheers.